So Dorothy, just in time for this year's Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue, you have an interesting cover for Forbes with Kathy Ireland, who it turns out is a bit of a mogul. How'd that happen?
That's right. When you think of Kathy Ireland, you really still think of the swimsuit model, the gorgeous young girl from the cover of the magazines. But the truth is that in the time since she stopped being a swimsuit model, she's been building a very big, very legitimate business.
Hi, I'm Kathy Ireland. At Kathy Ireland Office by Bush Furniture, we're finding solutions for people in business. Our design.
How come we don't know more about that, though? From what you said and what you reported, she's actually sells more merchandise than Martha Stewart does. None of the same publicity around it.
Yeah, she keeps it under the radar. I mean, she said herself that she is glad that she's been able to build her company under the radar. But part of keeping it under the radar means that she's selling some things that, you know, a lot of people don't think about. She sells flooring. There's about $400 million in replacement windows that are sold that are Kathy Ireland replacement windows.
People buy Kathy Ireland replacement windows.
Yeah, I mean, who knew what a replacement window was? But
in this vignette, lighting, upholstery, window treatments, rugs, and more is all available from our Kathy Ireland collections.
But on top of that, she also has a big bridal business. She has villas in Hawaii and in Los Angeles where you can go and have a wedding. She does wedding dresses. She has tableware. She has jewelry. I mean, almost anything you can think of around that, there's a Kathy Ireland branded product that you could use in your wedding.
So how big is this business? You spent some time with the numbers, and I know that they're a little opaque about them.
Yeah, they don't love to talk about the numbers over at Kathy Ireland Worldwide. It's a private company. I mean, that's their right. But we did crunch the numbers.
And how much of that does she own?
She owns 100% of the company.
So Kathy Ireland, while not a billionaire, and probably not anytime soon, in terms of top earners in and around Hollywood, how's she doing?
At Forbes here, we look at people who earn billions of dollars. So by some of our rich list people, it's not so big. But when you look at the Hollywood world, they don't earn hundreds of millions of dollars generally. So for her to be worth even $500 million is an impressive achievement.
So how did that happen?
It started with a line of socks. Someone came to her and said, would you model a line of socks? This was in around 1993. She was coming to the end of her modeling career. And she said, you know what? I don't want to model your socks. I want to go into business with you. I want these to be Kathy Ireland socks, and I want to have some ownership in this company. From there, they moved into sportswear, eventually swimsuits. She was very specific. She did not want to start with swimsuits because her feeling was, of course people are going to buy swimsuits with my name on them. Will they buy socks? If they can buy socks, then I see that there's going to be a legitimate business here.
So how do we get the replacement windows?
She had a line of clothing at Kmart for a long time. She came to the realization that, home goods are a little more stable. They don't change as often. You could start to make inroads in there. Her first thing that she did in home goods was floors. Very unsexy, but her feeling was we started with socks as the foundation for our clothing line. We'll start with floors as the foundation for our home goods line. And from there it grew, and she realized that in this very unsexy business of furniture, there were no brands. And if something says Kathy Ireland, it's just that little thing that makes people buying furniture say, oh, Kathy Ireland, I associate that with something with some kind of glamour or some kind of assurance more than this name that I've never heard of. So maybe I'll get the Kathy Ireland one instead. That brand is powerful in the furniture business, which most people don't know much about.
So you go up, you visit her at her house, you sit in on a business meeting, and something catches your eye there?
Yes. I was sitting in her living room, and there's an Oscar in her living room.
And as far as we know, we've never seen her in something Oscar-worthy.
No, I mean, she certainly has had an acting career, but she herself will admit that she was not the best actress out there. It turns out the Oscar was a gift from Elizabeth Taylor. And it turns out that Elizabeth Taylor and Kathy Ireland were very, very close. I mean, when Kathy Ireland talks about Elizabeth Taylor, she talks about her in the present tense. She can't talk about her as somebody who's passed. That's how close she was in life. She learned a lot about jewelry from Elizabeth Taylor. Elizabeth Taylor, of course, had this mammoth $50 million maybe collection worth of jewelry, and she taught Kathy Ireland to look at jewelry, and Kathy built herself up her own collection of jewelry.
And her people say it's worth?
They say it's estimated at maybe around $25 million, but it's not kept in her home. It's kept in a safe in Los Angeles, and they felt it was very important that I point that out. The more you talk to Kathy Ireland, the more sort of strange details start to come out about her and her company. She was very influenced by Warren Buffett. So she has furniture at the Nebraska Furniture Mart, which is owned by Berkshire Hathaway. She does flooring with Shaw Furniture, which is also owned by Berkshire Hathaway. you know, she really looks up to Warren Buffett as somebody who she wants to emulate. And in fact, her company is becoming a wide conglomerate of lots of different kinds of businesses, almost in the same sort of way that Berkshire Hathaway is, but at a much lower valuation.